Hi everyone, I'm Tamra with TH Photography LLC. Today I'm going to show you how I use the masking tool in Lightroom Mobile to make a few selective edits to make a photo that looks like this turn into one that looks like this. I've already done my basic edits on this photo, but as you can see, there are a lot of dark shadows over the house and in the top left-hand corner. To fix this, I'm going to use the masking tool. The masking tool is the circle with dots around it. Once you click on it, a little plus sign will appear. Click on the plus sign, and different mask options will show up. I'm going to choose a radial gradient for my first one. Once I've selected what type of mask I want to create, I highlight the area where I want to make edits. For this, I highlight the entire house. Then I'm going to check and see how feathered the mask is. If you don't feather it enough, it'll create a hard line where the edits are going to be, and you don't want that. So I usually leave it around 50%. Then I go to the menu, I click on Light, and I'm going to make the changes that I want to see. So for this, I'm going to lighten those shadows a bit, and I'm actually going to pull them up a lot because the house is really dark. And then in addition to that, I'm going to increase the exposure just a little bit. I like the way that this looks, so I think that this is probably perfect. If I wanted to, I could change the color. I could make it warmer or cooler. I could increase saturation. But I'm not going to do any of that for this particular one because I actually really like the way that it looks. So I'm going to leave these the way that they are. Let's take a look and see what the mask has done so far for us. This is the before, and this is with the mask. It makes a pretty big difference. Now, if I want to, I can modify this mask while keeping the same type of edits that I've already created. I can shift it around, I can shrink it, I can make it bigger. Right now, I think all I really want to do with this is keep it close to how I had it, but make sure it's surrounding just the house. The clouds are still kind of distracting to me, so I'm going to create another mask. This time I'm going to use a linear gradient. The linear gradient uses these three parallel lines, and the space between these three parallel lines is what's going to make it more or less gradual of a change to the edited area. I'm going to shrink this just a little bit, and then I'm going to shift it over the area that I want to make the edits to. Then I'm going to go to the light, and I'm going to play around with these until it looks more natural and matches the other side of the sky. Like the other mask, I'm going to use the menu items under the light to see what looks best and what makes the left side of the sky match the right side of the sky while still making it look natural. I don't want to go too heavy with these edits because I want this whole picture to fit together when I'm done with it. You'll notice that the changes that I'm making to this area are pretty minimal. This is on purpose. I don't want one side of my picture to look like it doesn't match the other side of my picture, especially with architectural photography. I want everything to look balanced and like it fits together nicely. When my mask looks the way that I want it to, I'm going to press the Done button. This is the before, and this is the after. I think that looks really good. Now, I do want to make a note though. Underneath the mask tool, there are other options that you probably noticed. One of them is the Select Sky option. When you select this option, Lightroom will actually select the sky for you. And then from there, you can change the lighting and the colors. I don't use this type of mask very often because I find that it's very easy to go overboard with my edits to the sky, which throws off that whole natural thing I'm going for. If you've created a mask you don't like, you can click on the trash can button and that will delete the mask entirely. Now that we've finished our masking edits, let's take a look at the before picture. That looks so dark compared to our after picture, doesn't it? I hope this tutorial on masks was helpful for you. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them and I will do my best to answer them for you.